Welcome to the Carbonite Jedi, where the Force will be with you always. Thanks for coming to the live stream tonight. We are doing a Jedi ranking live stream where we will be deciding on which Jedi we think will rank from best to worst. So I have 30 Jedi. Some are from the prequels, some are from the original trilogy, two are from the sequels, and also we have some that are from the expanded universe and legends. So I'm glad you can make it. And here to help me out and be my wingman, he doesn't know as much about the Jedi as some people, but he is still here to support me, and that makes it all worthwhile. My buddy, craving something scary, Steve. Hey, Steve.
Yo, hey man. Bro, you can always count on me, buddy. I'm always be your wingman. You know it.
My wingman.
That's right.
All right. So you told me early you told me earlier when I was setting this up, you're like, oh, you got what, 8 or 10 Jedi? And I was like, no, I got more like 30. And you're like, oh my gosh. So
Yeah, that was crazy.
what I'm going to do is when we go through the Jedi, I have I took me a long time. I wrote down a whole bunch of notes.
Okay.
So I'll be using the notes to talk about each Jedi as we go through and rank them.
Hey, Kirsten.
Hey. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for coming and supporting the live stream. Yay.
All right.
So, let's see. So you mainly know Obi-Wan and Yoda and
Oh yeah.
and those guys.
Like everything from the 9 movies. I've seen all of those. I've seen Solo, The Mandalorian and Rogue One, so I'm familiar with those. At least I've seen all those, but I haven't seen the cartoons, the animated shows, and
Gotcha.
there's probably some of the books and that kind of stuff. Any of the books I haven't read.
Yeah, some of the books and video games, they have some in there too.
Right. Those I'll be totally blind on those.
You're welcome, Denisha. Thank you for being a moderator. Okay. So one of the things I was kind of weak on was the Jedi Council and some of the people on there, because they showed a lot of them in the prequels. So you see all these people sitting around and they look really weird, and I had to do, go in and do some research on who they were and what their strengths were. So I don't think it'll be bad. I'm going to go ahead and share our the screen. Let's see, there it is. Okay. So if you can see, this is Plo Koon. I've done a couple of videos on him. He's basically the one who found Ahsoka, kind of raised her, and then she was given to Anakin as a Padawan, and she's been in Ahsoka's been in the Mandalorian series. And yeah, just Mandalorian. Oh yeah, and a couple of Book of Boba Fett's. So let's see. So the rankings I have are best of the best, great but not perfect, good, meh, and not worth mentioning. So Steve, do you want to start us off with any of these people that you might see that you recognize? you might see some that are like, hey, those are Sith. Well, they were Sith, but they originally started off as Jedi.
Yeah.
So put them in there,
Mhm.
Jedi,
Okay.
and
Yeah. Sure. Let's see. Trying to, you know what? Let me blow my screen up larger
okay. Is this
so
how you
that I
did on
can.
your channel?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Now I can see it better. Okay. I can't see the chat, but I can see the pictures. Are so much better. All right. Yeah, man. I got to start with my man. I'm trying to remember the song. Don't forget the street is glowing. Help me. What's the song, Michael?
Seagull, stop it now.
Start it now. I gotta go with Mr. Yoda, my man.
Okay.
Yep, going with Yoda.
Okay.
Starting right there. And of course, I'm gonna vote for Yoda as best of the best for my vote, of course.
Well, I would say he is best of the best. He was 900 years old when he died. He had
Yep.
been a Jedi master, a grand master for years and taught hundreds of Jedi. And so I think that he is the best of the best. He was
Yeah.
basically the face of the Jedi when, before they crumbled. So
Mm-hmm.
uh Kristen says Yoda is best of the best. For sure. Uh K-pop, Denisha, do y'all know anything about Yoda? Well, I know. I know K-pop does, but
The best he is.
the best he is. No, no. Just waiting for.
No, no, no. Stay and help you, I will.
There you go, Mike. Right on cue. I love that.
All right, so I guess we got 3 votes for Yoda as best of the best.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I would have rioted if that had been anything else.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can't think why not.
Uh-uh.
So I am. This is so hard for me. I'm gonna go with Mace Windu.
Oh.
I think he. I'll read what it says about Mace Windu.
Okay.
Mace Windu. Distinctive purple blade sets him apart from other Jedi. His unique saber style. He channels emotion, requiring incredible skill to use without succumbing to dark temptation. Using it, Mace even outmatched Darth Sidious, though many believe the Sith through the fight. Mace also mastered the rare Shatterpoint power, letting him instantly find and exploit the weakness points in structures or even people. So he was a pretty strong dude. I would think him and Yoda were pretty tough. Um, if Anakin wouldn't have interfered, he probably would have destroyed the Emperor. So I'm going to put him as best of the best for myself. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you make a good argument. I mean, he was going for the emperor, right? Whenever the
Mm-hmm.
and was going after him. So yeah, I mean, I'll go with you, man. I'll go with best of the best for him as well. Yep.
All right, we're doing Mace Windu. So if you have any votes out there in chat, please let us know.
Rolling. That song
Rocking
is
and rolling.
rolling.
All right. Well, I think right now, unless we have a disagreement, we're going to go with best of the best for Mace Windu.
Yeah, man. All right.
All right, your turn.
Let's see here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with. Mm,
Even if you point to somebody, I can tell you who they are if you want to,
yeah,
branch out.
like some of these people I recognize from the prequels.
Okay.
You know. But before I do that, I'm gonna stick with some that I do know,
Okay.
and I am gonna go with Ray.
Ray. Okay.
Ray. And my if you could scroll up for me whenever you can. Yeah. My vote for Ray is good.
Okay.
I'm not very impressed with her, and I think I think she's good, but I don't think it for me personally. I never saw her as great. I think she was just good.
Yeah.
So those are my feelings on Ray.
Worst of the worst. I should have made that. I think, well, Kirsten, basically Ray was the last Jedi. I mean, left, so that kind of like made her, uh, kind of a temporary Jedi master. And
I see. Was she a master though, Mike? I don't think she was. I think she was a Jedi, but I don't think she was a Jedi master.
I don't think she was a master either.
Yeah.
But in the new movie, apparently by the lady from Disney
Mm.
who's pitching it, she's saying that in the next movie is supposed to be with Rey starting her own Jedi
Oh
Order and
no.
stuff like that. So I don't know.
No.
I think she has all the books and
Oh,
has all the information she needs, but
yeah.
I'm just gonna go with good also. She
Hmm.
wasn't horrible, but the thing that like totally threw me off is, here you have Ben Solo, or excuse me, his name was what was his name?
um.
Uh,
Oh gosh, dude. I
man,
blacked out those movies so much I barely remember them.
Kylo Ren. It was
Oh
Kylo. You have
Lord, Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren, who's been practicing with Luke since he's been a kid
That's right.
with the Force. Then you have Kylo, who turns to the dark side, which is supposed to be even a stronger Force, or
Hmm.
stronger, give him a stronger advantage.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Ray picks up a lightsaber and whoops him. You know
True, man. You're right. He had
what?
trained all that time with Luke.
Mm-hmm. And he was supposed to be
Dude.
super strong in the Force,
Yep.
and Ray just beats him. After just
Mm.
grabbing a lightsaber and hearing some Jedi mumbo jumbo, you know, in
Hmm.
her head. So it's
Mm.
just crazy how they kind of spun that. Anyway, uh,
Wow.
you know what? I think Daisy Ridley did a great job for what she was given and how she was spun. Uh, I don't hate her. Now the guy who played Finn, he didn't give a
Oh
crap about
gosh.
his he left his script to where it got put on eBay and Disney had to buy it back from the people who found it in his apartment when he moved because he didn't really care about and he was bad mouthing everybody. Anyway, that's another rant for another day.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
Mm.
um, I think Daisy really did a good job for what she was given. They uh,
I
yeah.
wonder how much money those guys got for the script, dude.
I don't know.
Oh, I hope they got a. I hope they hose Disney.
Now I'm gonna go with the second person. Her name is Shakti. She was a general during the Clone Wars. Uh,
Okay.
she was on that water planet where they were making the clones, and she was training the clones.
Mm.
She was a Jedi general. She's a versatile warrior, proficient with both Makashi and Artur's saber styles. She
Wow.
survived the Jedi Purge, Order 66. She was there. And she also
Oh.
had tremendous bond with nature, able to use plant surge ability to control fauna, commanding even a sarlacc, which is what Boba Fett fell into. She
Oh,
was
wow.
also renowned for her diplomacy, healing prowess, and cunning, marking her mastery in multiple Jedi skills. Now, she's very strong, awesome person. I just I'm not going to put her best of the best because they didn't really flesh her out as much as I wanted them to, and they should totally do a standalone series on Shakti. But I would put her under great but not perfect.
Okay. Well, I mean, she's good enough to be training, and she survived 66.
Yeah.
So she was one of the Jedi's that was in hiding with the Yoda and the other one, the Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm. Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
they're quite a few. They're coming out now with quite a few people that actually survived. 66. It seemed like all the if the Jedi weren't actively on a planet, with the clone troopers trying to take over the planet from the separatists.
Uh-huh.
When the clone troopers received Order 66 and they destroyed all the Jedi there, or if they weren't in the Jedi temple when Anakin went. Some people survived even when they attacked the temple, like Grogu,
Oh yeah.
or a couple other people. But yeah, I mean, it's coming out now that quite a few people survived Order 66. So
Well, on that, considering all that, I'll put her at great but not perfect as well. I'll agree with you.
okay, Kirsten, you want to chime in on this one? Just after what I read about her. If not, it's okay. I will put her at great but not perfect.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I've got my eyes. There you go. Exactly. I've got my eyes set on Kylo Ren, the bottom left.
Actually, that's not Kylo Ren.
Oh.
That is his name is Revan.
Oh.
Do you want me to
Is
read?
there a Kylo Ren? Is Kylo Ren here?
He is not on here. He is one person I missed.
Okay.
I only put two people from the sequels, and that was
right.
Rey and Luke.
That's fine. All righty. Then I am going to change and go with Obi-Wan Kenobi from the prequel.
Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what do you have him as?
Best of the best, man. Come on.
Yeah, that's it, baby.
Oh yeah.
All right. So what's your reasoning for him being best of the best?
Well, he was a great teacher, both of Anakin and Luke.
Mm-hmm.
And Obi-Wan was a master of the arts. And just watching him do his mind control tricks in the prequels and in episode 4 are great. He was, he just had mastered all the elements of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was all around a Jedi master. Like when you talk about Jedi masters, Obi-Wan really, and Obi-Wan it comes to mind right there with Yoda. Those two come to mind above anybody else for me.
Okay.
And he was
All right.
so wise, dude.
Mm-hmm. Very much.
Mm-hmm.
What I've got some information on it says Obi-Wan was one of the council's youngest members. Obi-Wan was known for his calm and diplomatic skills. He was a cunning warrior when he needed, and he usually utilized a defensive style. Obi-Wan beat foes like Darth Maul, General Grievous,
Yeah.
and a fallen Anakin. He survived the
Mhm.
Jedi Purge, and he just watched over Luke until it was time to train him as a Jedi and topple the Sith.
That's right.
So yeah, I agree with you. So did Kirsten. So we're all in agreement.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with this guy. His name is Ki-Adi-Mundi, and he was on the Jedi Council during the
Mhm.
Clone Wars.
Yep.
You probably remember him seeing
I
him.
do. Yes.
And he's a Saurian species, and they have 2 brains, granting him incredible insight and logic, especially when combined with his force prowess. His saber skills were also pretty good, and he was
Okay.
only and the only person known to surpass him in his saber skills was Yoda. So,
Wow.
but you know what? In the whole Clone Wars series, if you're just going by that, I got to give him meh. I don't.
He's weak sauce.
He was very weak sauce. I mean, if he was a saber duelist and he's a Jedi and he's on the council and he's walking at the end of,
Mhm.
spoilers, Revenge of the Sith, and the guys are just able to shoot him dead.
Yep.
What happened to like Yoda stuff, like flipping around and chopping people up? I mean, that's what
Yep.
got me is when all these Order 66 things came out, it's like all the Jedi were flat-footed and they could have gone like supernatural and just flipped around and just, got rid of all the guys, but
It's true, man.
they just made them look mortal, when they weren't.
Yeah, it made him look really weak.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man. I'll make my response is super short. Meh.
Kirsten, anything?
I remember watching that prequels. We just watched them with you.
Uh-huh.
It's like, okay, man, I'm ready to see these guys kick some tail. No.
Yeah. And like they took all those people in that big arena, all the Jedi go in that big arena, and
Mm-hmm.
they all just jump down and get together where they're like shooting fish in a barrel. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, come on, these
Yeah.
are Jedi. These are the best of the whole universe. There's only 10,000 in the whole universe of trillions of people, and they're supposed to have these like amazing powers, and they just mow them down where they kill like half of them.
Yep. Yes, indeed, man.
Frustrates me.
Frustrated again. Da, 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 da.
All right.
Oh, let's see here. Well, I promise I will start eventually getting to ones that I don't really know that well, but
Because you're using up all the ones you do know.
I am. I'm going through them really quickly. But I'm going to go ahead and go to Qui-Gon.
Oh, I love him.
Mm-hmm. He's another great teacher, man. What a great leader.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon is awesome. I really was impressed by him in the movie and in the movies. And, it's the whole dialogue between him and Anakin in the Revenge of the Sith and the third one
Mm-hmm.
was powerful. And so I think he, I mean, I can't put everybody in best of the best.
You
Because that's,
can.
I mean, I could, right? I guess it's whatever we want. But it feels weird to keep putting people up there. So, like, my head says you need to put them up here. And hey, Russell, what's up, man?
Hey, Russell. We're
It's
talking
like,
about Qui-Gon Jinn right now.
yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn. It's like my head says put him in great, but not perfect because, look who's up there in the best of the best. I mean, we got quite a list, and there's at least another one or two I know of for sure. Another one for sure I know is going up there. But you know what? What the heck, dude? Best
Yeah.
of the best.
Okay. All right. So we're talking about Qui-Gon Jinn. Hey, David. Um, so Qui-Gon, he his he was the Obi-Wan was his Padawan. You know who Qui-Gon's master was?
Ooh, good question. Was it Yoda?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
It was Count Dooku.
Oh, okay.
So, and then once they never show Count Dooku in the first episode, the Phantom Menace. And one of the reasons that Count Dooku went to the dark side was because Qui-Gon Jinn got killed, and it like totally destroyed him because that was his apprentice. So, but also he was considered a rebel. Qui-Gon was because he would question the council's their decisions and stuff, just to try to pull in the reins because the council was, hey, we're the Council of Jedi, you don't mess
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah.
And he was considered, by a lot of people to be more of a gray Jedi. You have the Sith and then you have the Jedi, and then in between you have the gray Jedi who walk the line.
Yeah.
So he was considered more of a gray Jedi, but I consider him best of the best also.
Oh, good. Yeah, I think so.
David and Russell, what do you consider Qui-Gon? Do you consider him best of the best, great but not perfect, good, meh, or not worth mentioning?
Yeah, I'll
And
see what
Kirsten too.
Yeah, we'll see what everybody thinks about it. Obi-Wan's teacher, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Taught
Yeah.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Back when Obi-Wan had a rat tail.
That's right.
Best of the best. Russell says best of the best.
And David, same up
Yep.
to the top. Yeah.
All right.
Well, that consensus is definitely the top. All right.
All right. I am going to go with let's see. I'm going to go with what's their name? What's her name? Jocasta Nu. Jocasta Nu was the Jedi archivist who helped Obi-Wan when he was looking up where. Remember when they were looking and the whole solar system was missing out of the archives? It had been deleted.
Yes.
So she's the one that helped him, and also she survived the purge. She was in the Jedi Temple, and she survived the purge when it came, and actually came back later after the purge and was able to retrieve some of the Jedi knowledge and information and store it. So I would say Jocasta Nu was not a great warrior, but she was, pretty good. and so and they didn't. That was her only shot in the whole movie was when she was helping Obi-Wan. So I mean, she was in Clone Wars, and she helped Ahsoka. So I'll give her good. For me, I'll just say good. She
Yeah.
wasn't to me great, but she was good.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go with good. You definitely can't get her to great for sure. No. But
Okay.
yeah, she was good.
Costa knew it good. Anybody else have any comments about Jocasta New before we make a decision? Russell says good also. So we're all pretty much in concert right here. All right.
Mm.
All right, Steve, your turn.
Okay. All right, man. I'm gonna move to someone new.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go down to the bottom row, fourth one from the left, dude with the two like white lightsabers.
Okay. This is somebody who was not in the prequels. His name is Starkiller.
Ah.
He was the Force was extraordinarily powerful with this guy, and his years of practice under Darth Vader developed him among the most capable Force users in the galaxy. And then he eventually became a Jedi uh, by leaving Darth Vader. And there's a
Oh.
long history of him doing it. So he's very strong in the Force, as strong as Darth Vader.
Wow. But he left the dark side.
He did, and he became. That's why he doesn't have red lightsabers.
Wow. Okay. Well, heck, and where can we find him? Is he in the books or is he in the animations or
He's in canon video game.
video game? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if he's got as much as much power as Vader, I gotta put him as great but not perfect.
Yep. Yeah. I would agree. And I can't remember. I'd probably have to ask JD because I know you played the game. I can't remember if he dies or not. I don't think he dies, but yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he's a super beast. Yep. Yeah, he still has some issues, I think, but who wouldn't after being trained by Darth Vader?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go with Revan. And there's a big I don't know if it's a conspiracy or if they're trying to, push it out into the air for maybe some executives to hear it, but there's a thing where they want Keanu Reeves to play Revan, and he
Oh
was
wow.
uh he was he wasn't in the Clone Wars or anything like that. He was like way before that, probably like I don't know 2,000 or 3,000 years before all that.
Oh man.
So he was often cited as the greatest warrior of his age and is known for performing feats such as calling down meteors with the Force or controlling multiple lightsabers telekinetically.
Oh.
Uh, his accomplishments include defeating Mandalore, defeating Darth Malak and Darth Bandon. So I would say
Wow.
he, as well, he did turn to the dark side and he was a great leader, but he was a great Jedi also. I would say he's great but not perfect because to me his story hasn't been you know what? I would say he's best of the best because he did, defeat Mandalore and he did, have tons of people following him.
So he was a bit Jedi, but turned to the dark side.
He did.
Wow.
He was strong, super strong.
Man. Wow. Best of his era. his time. That's you got to go best of the best, man. If he's gonna face you that strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, man.
All right, give me Count Dooku.
All right, Count Dooku. Count Dooku started off as a Jedi, and his master was Yoda, and he had, atypical Jedi beliefs. He had a passion for technology and a desire for involvement in government. He was disillusioned with the Senate because he thought they were being led by a dark force, and it led him to leave the Order, ultimately being recruited by Darth Sidious, which is kind of ironic.
Mm-hmm.
Dooku is one of the strongest characters in the series, said to rival Mace Windu, and wields a uniquely curved lightsaber hilt because he was into dueling. Darth Dooku was trained by both Yoda and Sidious, some of the strongest characters.
Yeah.
So, what do you put him as?
I'm putting Dooku as great but not perfect, even though I know he's really, really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he turned to the dark side, and I got to just go with great but not perfect.
Yeah. If he was best of the best, he would have stayed as a Jedi, huh?
That's right.
So Russell says best of the best
Yeah.
for Count Dooku. Is that right, Russell? David says he was better Jedi than Sith. Yeah, David says he was great, but not perfect from him. Great. Yep, I have to agree. Great, but not perfect.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. I gotta pull up my notes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with. I'm trying to pull up his name. Quinlan Voss. This is Quinlan Voss. He was in the Clone Wars series, and he helped Obi-Wan track down one of the Hutts. And he was a maverick within the Jedi Order and garnered a reputation for bending the rules. He was renowned for his retcognition, which is perceiving others' memories when touching objects that they had contacted. And due to this ability, he was an expert tracker. So, I mean, he was a maverick, but they didn't really use him a lot, and they should have. They didn't flesh out his character, so I would put him as good, I guess.
Yeah. I'm gonna side with you, my friend.
Yeah. David says good. So, all right. Russell says good. Good. All right, man.
That's real good.
Choose a winner.
I am. I got dinged by mustard and toast. All
got-
right.
What? What'd you say? You got dinged.
I got a copyright claim
Did you?
on Toaster and Moose Taste of Biscuit.
Did you really? Oh my gosh. Are you
Yeah.
kidding?
I'm not. But funny thing is that this rather than declining, like ad monetization or whatever, it's shared. So Toaster and Moose are sharing it.
How many times have you gotten dinged for that?
No.
Just once?
Just the second time.
Oh,
It's crazy.
taste the biscuit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Who do you choose?
Okay, let's see. Well, I gotta go with my boy Luke.
Oh my
This
goodness.
is gotta do it, man.
Okay. What is he?
Oh, dude, he is the category above best of the best. He is in the category all by himself. Luke Skywalker, best of the best for this ranking
All
system.
by himself.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. What do you say? Luke is best of the best. Yep.
Yeah, buddy. If anybody
Let's-
says anything different, I gotta schedule a conference call with you. We have words. No, I'm just joking.
Best of the best.
Yeah,
Best
he
of the
is.
best. All
Heck
right.
yeah. Okay,
So
that would be easy. I knew that was easy.
I am going to go and I'm going to take this away from you, Anakin, so you can't
Are
use
you,
it.
dude?
So Anakin, he was assigned to the council by Chancellor Palpatine. Basically, the only people that were allowed to be on the council were Jedi Masters. And one of the schisms that was created by known by Chancellor Palpatine was that he was going to be on the council and not a master, and he wanted to be the rank of master, but they wouldn't give it to him. He was 22 years old, and basically everybody else was pretty old by then. He had incredible power, and he was able to overpower Dooku, Asajj Ventress, and many others. So I think that there was a huge crack in him, and he's not best of the best. You know, a lot of people might say, "Oh, he was," but you know, they were able to manipulate him and do all these things, and he had a really bad psyche. So I'm just going to give him great, but not perfect. Anakin's TV show is best. Anakin is my idol. What do you think, Steve?
So your ranking is where, Michael?
Great, but not perfect.
Yeah, I'll go with you. I think that makes sense. Yeah. I think that makes sense. Let's go with that.
Okay. Russell, what do you think? And yeah. And David, you say outside the show, TV show, Anakin. The Clone Wars. Yeah. He's great, but not perfect. Yeah. I'm gonna stick him there. All right, your turn, man.
Well, this gets harder and harder now.
Yeah.
Harder to recognize. How about there are a couple I see. Well, shoot. What about right? Don't know names here.
Okay.
It's going to be number 4 from the left. So next to that arm, he's got a headpiece on.
Oh, this lady. Is
Yeah,
it a
next to
lady?
the green stuff. Yeah,
That
there
one?
you go. Yeah.
Okay, that is um Luminara Unduli. She was a no nonsense Jedi Master, a warrior. She was next to Obi-Wan, and they didn't. She was in the Clone Wars, but they didn't really flesh out um, her character. very much.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is like this is maybe one of the this may be a meh character, man.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go meh.
She was at the during Attack of the Clones. She was in the big Coliseum fighting, but she never did anything else besides in the Clone Wars. David or Russell or Caden, y'all meh. Meh for Russell. Yeah, I'll put her at meh. I didn't really
There you go.
think you think. Okay. So one of my favorite Jedi is Plo Koon. I love Plo Koon. I don't know why. He's the one that found Ahsoka and brought her. And we already talked about this, didn't we?
Maybe. I don't know, man.
We were talking about Luminari Unduli. I love Plo Koon. He was such a great guy.
Yeah. I think that might have been backstage.
Oh, okay. He was the quintessential Jedi Guardian. Plo Koon's skills were praised by Darth Maul, and he was proficient with electric judgment ability, which not any other Jedi really had or had developed yet. It's where it was like the Force lightning side of the Sith, but he used it from a Jedi's perspective, where it wouldn't harm or kill. And he managed to beat off Asajj Ventress despite a broken arm, and he's one of the few Jedi to have ever bested Yoda in a lightsaber duel. And at the very end of the Sith, Revenge of the Sith, I think he was shot down, but it never showed his ship like blowing up or anything like that. So a lot of people think that he might have survived. So for me, Plo Koon is best of the best. And that's what David says too. I put Plo up top. So Steve, you gotta agree or disagree. Oh, he might be talking to somebody right now. Russell says best of the best.
What do you think, man?
Best of the best for me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Got to, man. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
100%.
There he goes. All right, man. Pick us a winner. Chicken dinner.
Yeah, buddy. I will pick your winner with it looks like is that Luke next to Ahsoka?
No, that's actually in the Legends. That's Luke's nephew. That is Jason Solo. And
Okay.
is that who you're choosing?
Yeah.
Okay. So his accomplishments include dueling Luke to a draw. He helped end the Yuzon Vong War, which was aliens that came from out of our universe, and they had no connection to the Force, so they couldn't. The Force wasn't being able to be used on them. He temporarily achieved a state of oneness with the Force, which Luke did also, and he defeated Kyle Katarn, and he defeated Mara Jade, And those both were legend people. Mara Jade was actually Luke's wife. And so I think he was a great Jedi, but he was also not perfect because he had some cracks also. So what do you think?
Yes. So you're voting for him best of the best?
No, great but not perfect.
Great but not perfect. Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't think I could do best of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great but not perfect. I could go for that too. I think that's fair. So yeah,
Okay.
that's my vote.
All right. Anybody? All right. Russell says great but not perfect. Anybody else want to throw out a vote? All right, we're gonna put them up at great but not perfect.
Sweet.
All right. I am gonna talk about Kit Fisto. Kit Fisto was in the Clone Wars or Attack of the Clones. He was in as you can see, he's in the stadium where they were fighting everybody. He had intense focus, particularly in combat, and was a traditional role as a negotiator and peacekeeper. But he died fighting Palpatine when Mace Windu took everybody into the Chancellor's rooms, and they confronted him, and he like mopped up the floor with all the Jedi. So his character was more fleshed out in the Clone Wars, but in the movies, which I understand, you're focused on one thing. You can't really flesh out everybody's character. He was, I would put him as good. I mean, he it's between good and Mac because he's good in the Clone Wars, but he's like almost non-existent in the in the Attack of the Clones. So I'll put him at good. What's your thoughts? David says good too. Russell says good. What's your vote, Steve? We'll just put him at good. All right. And a lot of these people right here are legends and people that were on the council that were not very well known, except for this person. And that was what was her name? Barriss Offee. And she was a friend to Ahsoka, but she later on, let's see, she like turned to the dark side because she was upset with the Jedi and what they were doing, thinking what they'd do. So, Barriss, she was, huh?
Bueller.
Bueller. I would say Barriss is not worth mentioning, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what you say too?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Anybody else got any comments? I'm just going to put her down here. The first one to go into not worth mentioning. All right. All right, dude. Your turn.
Well, I am curious about one of these fellas here.
Okay.
The far left. It's like a hybrid of a
the first one.
Yeah, it's like half alien, like half person. I don't know who that is.
His name is Eth Koth, and he was actually in the Clone Wars. I mean, Attack of the Clones on the Jedi Council, and you see him very, very short. I mean, it's just a short time you see him while you're looking at the Jedi Council members, and he proves to be one of the Council's strongest members. He's he's able to completely duel General Grievous, even after being shot. This is partially uh, thanks to a crucitorn power, a rare force ability that helps its user drastically decrease the effects of pain. Eth Koth was also one of the few Jedi to survive Order 66. When he was tracked down years later by Darth Vader, he put up a valiant fight, only losing after Vader distracts him by threatening his daughter. So, with all that said, what do you think? I mean, he wasn't very fleshed out in the movies, but he was on the Jedi Council, and you see him for just a little bit.
I mean, what do you think, man? I need some guidance on this one.
For me, I'd probably put him at meh because
yeah,
you don't really see him. I don't even think I remember seeing him in Attack of the Clones when they're fighting, in the big
yeah,
stadium.
Yeah, I don't really recall it either.
I mean, it's between meh and not worth mentioning,
Right. Yeah, you could make a case to go not worth mentioning. I think because he was, you know what? I'm just gonna go with meh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like everybody else was agreeing with you.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So this person right here, a lot of people might know, is Ezra Miller. Ezra Bridger. Sorry, forgot his last name. He was in him and Ahsoka became friends in the animated series, and there's talk that he'll be in the Ahsoka series. And he was Ezra Miller. Yeah. He had a natural skill at communicating with other living beings, and he was able to have the space whales that could go through hyperspace take Thrawn's ship and just tow it into hyperspace. So I think for right now, for me, I think he's good. I don't know if he's great yet, but I think he's good. Anybody out there got any other thoughts or ideas about Ezra Bridger? Great but not perfect by Dean David. Dino says good, and Russell says good. Steve, you got any thoughts on that? Are you going to go with good too, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with good, man. Yeah.
He's got space whales.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
For right now, we'll put him at good. All right, Steve, getting closer to the end.
We really are. Wow. Okay, man. I'm gonna pick one that I know is one of your favorites. Ahsoka.
What?
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka?
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
Yeah, man.
All right.
And I know that there's Ahsoka's got her own TV show in the works, right? Coming out soon.
Yeah, August either 27th or 22nd. I can't.
Oh. Yeah. And I don't know a ton, but I know from what I've heard about you talk about her that she's pretty tough. So I'm going to go with great but not perfect.
Yeah, I would say so also. One of the things about Ahsoka is that, they falsely accused her of blowing up a Jedi temple, and it was the other girl that we put on Not Worth Mentioning that
Mhm.
actually did it and betrayed her. So she left as a Padawan and left the Jedi Order.
Mm.
And so she didn't ever finish her Jedi training. She kind of like trained herself, I guess. So I would go with great but not perfect. But she is a very, very tough person.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Anybody? Great, not perfect. Russell says great but not perfect. Yep, I will go with that. All right. I'm going to go with, let's see. His name was Ajunta Paul. Ajunta Paul, he's in Legends, and a long time ago, in a long galaxy far away, like 4,000 to 6,000 years ago, maybe. He was the first Jedi to embrace the dark side of the Force. He fought a massive war against the Jedi Order that lasted a little over 100 years and was referred to as the 100-Year Darkness. So he was very strong in the Force as a Jedi Master. He didn't agree with the Jedi rigid way of thinking, and he broke away and became a Sith Lord. I think if they did a series about him, it would be fantastic.
Mhm.
And I think right now, without any other fleshing out of this person, he would be good. Thoughts?
Um, I hate to say this, but I'm gonna defer to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow your lead, bro.
All right.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with we're gonna go with good, right?
Tino says best of the best with 100-year darkness.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna defer to your ranking, Michael.
All right. Dino, I like the way you think, but got to put him at good. All right, man. Getting down to the nitty gritty. Who's it going to be?
Hmm. Who's the blue person in the middle?
Her name is. She was in. Her name was Ayala Sakura, and she's a Twi'lek Jedi. She was a Padawan to Quinlan Voss, the guy that we put up here as good. This guy right here.
Okay.
She was very powerful, had a very strong connection to the Force, although she was not quite as powerful as Anakin Skywalker at her peak. She was still one of the most powerful Force sensitives, but she was one of the ones you see at the very end walking through like the forest planet with the clones, and they just like totally like vaporize her, just totally destroy her, and she doesn't even put out a peep. So she was very, very not well used, I don't think. She was during the Attack of the Clones. She was in the stadium, but I don't know. I I I would put her at maybe either good or meh. Hey Val, thanks for stopping by. Steve, you got any thoughts on that? Or I think I'd put her at meh. I mean, she wasn't even fleshed out. I don't know. Steve, you're the deciding choice because we got 3 different votes. We got great but not perfect, and good. Oh, Steve must be talking to somebody. Let's see. Anybody want to be the tiebreaker? Let's see. David, are you still there? So I put meh. We have somebody that says it's good. Dino. Oh, Dino changed it to meh. And then Russell says, Russell said, great but not perfect. What do you think? Russell and David said great but not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're going to vote?
I think so.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. I got outvoted.
Hi, man.
All right. Let's go with Yaddle. Yaddle was the only other person of Yoda's kind besides Grogu. She was okay in the Clone Wars. And then I think there's a series called Tales of the Jedi on Disney where she gets killed by Count Dooku. So she, Count Dooku just destroyed her. I'd put her just as good because I don't see, her doing very much. What do you think? Yaddle's good. Yeah. Steve, what do you think about Yaddle?
Yeah, good. I'll go with good.
Okay. So that's 3. Dino and Russell, what do y'all think? Put him up good for right now. All right, we got 5 lefts.
Oh boy. All right. Whose turn is it to pick?
It's yours.
Okay. Oh.
We got Mara Jade, Kyle Katarn, Karak and Philia. That's Jaina Solo and Saiz 10. So, which one are you going to choose? I think I'm losing Steve.
Yo.
which person do you want to choose?
Let's see. That dude on the left there looking very Hercules.
And the one in the middle?
Dude.
Oh, this
To
one?
the left. No.
This
to
one?
The left. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Who we got?
Kyle Katarn. He vanquished a great many threats to the galaxy and ultimately earned a seat on Luke's new Jedi Council when this was the extended universe, and even donned the Order's Battle Master accomplishments, including mastery over both the light and dark sides of the Force, training powerful figures such as Mara Jade and Jaden Korr, and harnessing the value of Jedi, a hidden Force nexus that could boost one's Force abilities. So I think he was Kyle Katarn was pretty, popular in the extended universe. So I put him as great but not perfect.
Okay.
Is that what you say too?
Sure.
All right.
Do it.
Let's do it.
All
right. Anybody else got any votes for the Kyle Katarn? I'm gonna put him right here unless I hear anything. Great but not perfect by Russell. All right. Good. Okay.
All right.
Great but not perfect. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with this guy right here, Karak Infilia. He was he specialized in combat during his time as an active member in the Jedi Order, and then he kind of like exiled himself, and that's why he wasn't caught during Order 66. And Darth Vader came to track him down. He actually beat Darth Vader, and while Darth Vader was hurt, Darth Vader like cracked a dam and started like trying to kill a town, and while Karak was trying to stop the dam from breaking, Darth Vader killed him. So,
wow.
I'll just put him as good. I mean, thanks, Russell. Appreciate it. I'll put Karak as good. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, let's go with it. I'll join you as well.
All right. David says good. Russell says good. So at least we have a lot of good guys. All right, man. We got 3 left, Steve. Who are you going to choose?
Okay.
2 girls and 1 person.
Is that Kylo Ren in the middle?
No, that's Jaina Solo. That's the guy. Remember Jason Solos? That's his twin sister.
Oh. Do we see much of her?
She's in the Legends and Extended Universe, so she wouldn't been in the the 3 sequels.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go with her.
All right. So Jaina Solo was strong in the Force and skilled lightsaber duelist. She was more kind of like alternated her powers between the Jedi and flying spaceships. Her Force powers included battle meld, Force healing, and beast control, so she could control animals. She was very strong, and I think she defeated her brother when he went to the dark side. So I would say, as of right now, I would put her up there with her brother as great, but not perfect. What do you think?
I mean, I have to give her a decent rating.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to give her either. I mean, I don't think I can put her over Ray's ranking. So I got to put her as good.
Okay. All right. So Russell says great, but not perfect. Anybody else? Ooh. Good, great, good, great, good, great. Oh, Dino says great. All right.
Yeah.
She's up there with her brother.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna go with Mara Jade. Mara Jade. Let's see what we can see about Mara Jade. So Mara Jade combines the skill of the Jedi, and she was trained by Kyle Katarn. Kyle Katarn also. Where is he? There he is. The guy you thought looked like Hercules.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So she was trained by Kyle Katarn and also with those of an assassin she was trained by the Emperor. Mara wasn't afraid to fight dirty if it meant saving the life of a loved one. Whether it was a blaster, shoto, or even vibro blade, she approached threats with as many contingency plans as possible and could take most anyone in a good old saber duel when needed. So she was very strong in the Force, and her and Luke in Legends Extended Universe were married. And when his nephew, Jason Solo, became Darth Caedus, he killed her.
Mm-hmm.
So I would put her right now as good. I think they're thinking about bringing her into the Star Wars universe, but they're gonna like totally revamp her. So, anybody got any thoughts on Mara Jade? Good. Russell says good. Steve, how about you? Any thoughts? It's Luke's wife. Well, we got 2 others for good, so I'm going to stick her up in good. All right, so we got the last person was Saiz 10. He was on the Jedi Council. He had natural telepathic powers and were superior to most Jedi. He was regarded as the Order's best starfighter pilot. He was also a renowned lightsaber duelist. David, I think he probably let her win, so she would like him. I would put size 10 as meh, basically, because he's not, you just see him in the chair in the Jedi Council chambers, and not really much else. I mean, you see him. Do you know what this says? Great. You think size 10 is great? Yeah, Russell. Meh. All right. That's 3. All right, Steve, we did it.
We did it. Rock on, man.
So, I mean, pretty much everybody was, except for a couple that were kind of, out there. Everybody was pretty much in agreement, with all the Jedi. This was pretty fun. I appreciate you coming and hanging with me, Steve, and everybody that showed up.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all showing up, and this was
fun.
a fun time.
I enjoyed it, Michael. Thanks for the invitation, buddy.
Yeah, and anybody got any last words? You want to tell us what's going on with your channel this month or whatever's going on?
Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, man. This month, gosh, not a lot going on as far as being scheduled or anything, but
Okay.
got some stuff in the works, so stay tuned. And just watch parties, impromptu live streams, that kind of stuff. But stay tuned. Things are in the works for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man.
I have on the 20th of this month, I have Roger Christian coming. He was the set director for Star Wars. He won an Oscar, and he was the art director for Alien by Ridley Scott, and he got an Oscar nomination. So he's the one who actually created the lightsaber, created the blasters,
Yeah.
made them look, sci-fi, and he's the one who did like the backdrops and everything you see in Alien when they're going through the alien spaceship and all this stuff. So if you can, come by on the 20th and check out Roger Christian, because I'm going to be asking him about his history of how he got into it to do it, and what it was like working with George Lucas and Ridley Scott, and what people can do to get into that type of job. And so I'm just really, really excited. So
You should be. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Congratulations, Mike.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Well, if there's nothing else, I'm going to say, may the force be with you always. Thank you so much for coming and playing tonight. And I had a blast. And Steve, any last words? Well, I guess Steve's gone.
Hey. Sorry
All
about
right.
that.
All right, we're gonna shut it down. But thanks everybody for showing up.
Yep. Bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye.